Hi guys, welcome back to Seduce Me. Yuki here. Alright, let's just go on and finish Naomi's route. And I know it's been a while since I've posted stuff up, but it's been pretty busy. As we entered the school, we gathered our things from our lockers and headed to class. There were no events to my surprise. Naomi and Suzu took their seats around me, Suzu in front of me and Naomi beside me, before the class bell rang and the class was greeted by our teacher. History wasn't as boring as economics, but I still managed to space out in that class just the same. Naomi seemed very tense, focused on her desk more than usual. I was almost tempted to poke her and say what was wrong. My phone, though, vibrated in my pocket. Thank God I set it on vibrate before class. I pulled out my phone and checked it, seeing a text from Suzu. I began to text back, suddenly going into a text conversation.
Dude, what's up with Naomi?
I don't know.
Man, I hope everything's alright with her. This isn't like her at all.
Same here. And so we're back. Alright. I looked over once again at Naomi. She was intensely scribbling in her notebook, almost obsessively so. The grip on her new-looking purple pencil was almost tight enough to bend at each stroke she made with it.
By the way, Kay kinda let me in on what's going on with Naomi.
What's going on with her?
Apparently, Naomi's got a crush on someone. Like, a huge crush. She's been to the cafe to see Kay multiple times since the beginning of the school year.
Really? I couldn't believe it. Was Naomi having romance troubles? I looked over once more. Something made my heart slightly skip at seeing her again. I was worried, yes, but for some reason I felt a little angry. Who did Naomi have a crush on? Why was she so nervous about it? Why couldn't she tell me? I put my phone back into my pocket, ending the conversation. Hopefully Naomi would explain things to me soon. I was almost abnormally curious about her and this mystery crush. Time continued until the end of the class period in the exact status. Naomi held her tense ground, focusing on nothing but the incoherent scribbles on her paper, while Suzu and I watched on in worry, not caring for the class we were in. As the bell rang, Naomi stood up suddenly.
I need to go. See you in economics.
And for the first time ever, Naomi was the first person out the door.
What just happened?
I don't know. Chased after her. I needed to see what was wrong. Naomi was important to me and I needed to help her. I instantly grabbed my things and rushed out of the room.
Whoa! Anderson! Hey!
I wasn't listening. I needed to get to Naomi. The hall was full of students, which made spotting Naomi a little harder. I wished I was just a little taller. Naomi. I began to push through the crowd, trying to find a trace of her. Her hair, her shirt, anything. I managed to get a glimpse of her white bow, instinctively following it down the hall into a classroom. Naomi's class was the other way. Where was she going? I continued following and peeked into the classroom, seeing no one else in there except Naomi. What shocked me was seeing Naomi standing over an empty desk, whimpering and almost sobbing. I didn't know what to do. The world behind me in the hall went into slow motion as I stared at Naomi's back. She obviously wanted to be alone, but I wanted to help her and fix whatever was bothering her. Help her. I couldn't leave her like this. I quietly stepped into the room and closed the door, making Naomi flinch and freeze up. Naomi? Naomi gasped before turning to me, a shocked expression on her face. Tears had painted her cheeks, which made my heart sink into my chest. Naomi, what's wrong?
It's nothing.
Naomi quickly rubbed her eyes and face, trying to cover her face and clean it of sadness. I pressed my lips together, not believing her. Naomi, talk to me. You were acting strange in history.
I was just listening to the lecture.
You were scribbling in your notebook. I was watching almost the entire class period.
I have bad handwriting.
No, she didn't. She had the most precise and elegant handwriting I had ever seen. How was she lying to me? What was going on? What was making her so distraught? Naomi, whatever's troubling you, let me help you.
You can't help me! okay?
I stepped back, feeling the sudden anger in her voice. She covered her mouth, regretting what came out of it, and stared almost in pure fright at me. Naomi. I stepped towards her, not wanting to scare her, but wanting to be closer. Naomi didn't seem affected, so I continued to walk towards her. Eventually, we were only a desk away from each other. Tell me. Naomi stared before letting out a shuddering sigh, nodding in defeat. I slowly took a seat in the desk in front of me, watching as she moved to stand in front of me.
I've been having some issues, okay?
Issues? What about?
Well, I mean, it's not an issue, but I mean, it's hard to describe.
Is someone bothering you?
In a way.
Is someone bullying you?
No.
Does someone have a crush on you?
Well, actually, it's the opposite.
You have a crush on someone.
Yeah, but I don't know how to handle it. I mean, I used to believe I liked only guys, but all of a sudden I had these feelings. So I went to Kay, but she only listened and told me to just go along with it. But I don't know how to, I mean...
Sorry about that. It's just really loud in this room. Place. Outside. The walls are thin. You have a crush on a girl?
That's not bad, is it? I'm the one who always wanted to talk about guys.
No way. Wait. No way, you can like whoever you want to like.
But what if I liked someone who was really close to me?
Yup, cars. My mind instantly went to Suzu. Did Naomi like her? There was no way. And again, maybe Suzu's rebellious personality interested Naomi enough to like her after all these years. It wouldn't be impossible. Yet I somehow felt a little jealous. Naomi liked Suzu? How could that be? I had to stop. This wasn't helping Naomi. I needed to help her feel better beyond anything else. So what? If you like someone close to you, that makes the feeling much more powerful. Who knows? Maybe she likes you back. Naomi stared at me with a look I almost couldn't understand. It seemed strange, but it was almost loving.
What if the person I like is you?
I felt like I was dreaming. What? She liked me? Huh? When? How? Naomi looked down at the desk, her face turning red.
I've liked you for a while now. I mean, well, I've liked you since last year. I was really not sure about how I felt, though, until last semester, when I started seeing Kay.
And then I pause. Or not. Yes? No?
She told me that what I was feeling was normal, even though I kind of thought I'd always go for men. I mean, not that I have anything against people who aren't straight, but like...
Naomi whimpered as she fumbled over her words. I found it adorable, but I couldn't help but stare at her in surprise. She like me? Gently, Naomi took one of my hands and brought it to her lips, closing her eyes to breathe before looking back at me.
I like you. I really do. Okay?
I felt my heart flutter in flattery. Naomi, one of my best friends, liked me. I wasn't sure what to say. Naomi's face was almost as red as a tomato, but she continued to hold my hand, wanting me to say something. She was a patient woman. I guess the confession really got her nerves out because now she was calm and seemed relaxed. What could I say to her, though? This was a huge deal for both her and me. She had been one of my best friends for the majority of my life, and here she was, confessing to having a crush on me. It was surreal, yet it made me feel both strange and fluffy. Naomi smiled and gently lowered my hand, as I watched as she let out a relaxed sigh.
I feel so much better after saying that. Thank you.
I couldn't help but stare at Naomi longer. Was she not expecting me to say anything in return? A sentence bubbled in my stomach, forcing itself out of my mouth without filter. Go up me. I did not know what came over me. I let it spill out. I liked her, though. I liked her a lot. She was adorable and cute in her own special way. I loved that she was an individual and stayed true to herself no matter what Suzura did. Sure, she was a little ditzy, but that added to the charm. Naomi stared wide at me, blushing as red as could be. I was positive that if she blushed anymore, she would faint from all the blood rushing to her cheeks to color them that red.
Did you just...
Yes, I did. I stood and gently took Naomi's hand. I needed her to know how I felt. She poured her feelings out to me. It was more than fair to share mine with her. I really like you too. You're adorable and I love that about you. You're kind and sophisticated and you have this sort of charm. Naomi, will you go out with me? Naomi was completely red in the face, but her eyes started to water. Robe tears dripped from the edges of her eyes, but she smiled at me.
Yes, I will!
Naomi rushed around the desk, separating us, and hugged me tightly. I held her to me and smiled. I felt a small part of my heart fill with pure joy. I felt happy, like nothing was going to stand in my way with Naomi to help me. Months went by since Naomi's confession. We were happy, and eventually graduation came along. The rest of the story could almost be passed over. I graduated from school as one of the top 10 of my students of my class. My family was proud, even my dad. Maybe it was because I did my best in school. Maybe it was because I was finally a woman in his eyes. Naomi, my girlfriend, went to culinary school right after school, learning the basics of cooking and business. Her desire to make a cafe was astounding, and soon she was ranking as top of her classes within the first few weeks. Kay offered Naomi a job at the Pink Lady Cafe, letting her serve with Lily as a supervisor. Naomi instantly accepted and worked with Lily to bring customers in the town to the best coffee and treats ever made. But what of my future? Well, with Naomi's support, I finally... And that was my grandmother. Well, with Naomi's support, I finally decided to stand up for myself. After I graduated, Andrew and I presented our cases, and the board decided to have Andrew step into the CEO position of the Anderson Toys Company. My father was beyond shocked. I congratulated Andrew and went to the University of Chicago to get a degree while Andrew dedicated himself full-time to the company. Andrew vowed to respect the wishes of the late CEO and help the company become an even grander company. Andrew had a large amount of heart, so it was easily accomplished. My grandfather would have been proud to see how Andrew helped it shine. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life on my own. That being said, I was still scared of where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Did I want to help Andrew build the company? Did I want to venture off on my own? Naomi reassured me that she would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do. I was grateful, and I would never forget that promise. I was happy, and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One morning, I woke up and took in all that had happened as if it were all a dream. My life seemed to fall perfectly into place. It was almost surreal.
Is everything as you wanted, sweetie?
I sharply turned my head to see a woman dressed in a gold and black gown staring at me with unnatural red eyes. For some reason, I felt as if she was familiar. I just couldn't place my finger on it. She twirled around a small purple pencil, smiling to me with a happy look. I, however, wasn't happy to have a sudden intruder. Who are you?
There's no need to worry about who I am. I just wanted to make sure you got what you desired. I didn't want to just leave you empty-handed.
What I desired? This was making no sense. Yet in my heart, I felt like it did. Something about her was making my heart both elated and angry, but I couldn't pin down why. How did she even appear in my room in the first place? Whoever you are, you need to leave. I will not hesitate to call the police.
Oh, I'm leaving all right. I just wanted a small pick-me-up. Chasing down boys and bringing them home was a hard job and took a lot out of me.
I felt suddenly weak, staring at the woman. I felt warm and fuzzy inside my body, and I wanted the woman to cure me. How was I feeling like this?
Would you mind if I steal a little kiss for the road?
Yes.
It'll be a long trek to where I'm going, and I need to make sure I have the energy to get there. It's only fair since I helped you get your little happy ending, no?
I felt myself nod. What was I doing? The woman smiled before walking over, leaning over me and kissing my cheek. I felt waves of energy deplete from my body through my cheek. I felt elated and confused, but I almost moaned at the feel of the kiss. After a short moment, the woman finally stepped away with a lick of her lips. She rubbed her finger over her lips as she stepped away from me. I couldn't help but stare blankly at her in surprise and confusion.
Lovely. Now, this is the last time you'll see me. I hope you and your sweet Naomi have a wonderful life together.
The woman placed the purple pencil on the cleavage of her dress and began to leave the room. I was too stunned to move, but I watched as the woman opened my balcony window, floated up, and dropped it from the balcony.
And thus, my price is paid.
It's fine, it's fine. As you can see, this is a very chattery house, so you're just gonna have to, I guess, we're just gonna have to go through that for the remainder of my trip here. I heard her voice echo in my mind before I heard the snapping of a pencil, breaking my thoughts. What was I thinking about? Oh yes, my life. I let my mind wander to my future before my phone started ringing. I instantly picked it up. Hello?
Hey, can I come over?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
I just need to talk to you.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I grew worried. What was wrong? Did something happen? My mind began to sort through possibilities that could have occurred with Naomi. Soon enough, I heard Naomi's car pull up to the gate. I rushed to the front doors and opened them to see Naomi looking at me with a gigantic, happy smile.
Guess what happened?
Wait, guess what?
Just guess.
All right. Did you get transferred up a level in class?
Nope.
All right. Did you win something?
In a way.
Before I knew it, Naomi was holding up a ticket and the word Paris printed across it in bold letters.
Guess who's going to Paris for summer before sophomore year?
Paris? Oh, wow. That's awesome. I smiled, seeing how happy Naomi was. She and I both knew that France was a great place to learn about cafes, second only to Italy. However, I felt my heart grow heavy. She was going to Paris. The date across the top note of the trip was in 3 days and would last the entire summer. She and I had talked about going together as kind of an international date of sorts. She was going to go alone.
Huh? I know that look on your face. What's wrong?
We'll be in a long-distance relationship. Naomi stared at me blankly before looking to her hands. She then started to giggle before laughing, and almost hysterically. Huh? What's so funny?
I'm sorry, I didn't show you.
Naomi gently moved her fingers, revealing a second ticket behind hers. I gasped and stared at her as she smiled widely at me.
We both can go.
I felt my heart lift from its heavy feeling as I stared at the second ticket. I quickly rushed to Naomi and hugged her, kissing her. She was shocked, but as I felt her relax on my arm, she kissed me back. I didn't want to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this woman in my arms. There was no words that could describe what emotions within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic, high all at once. Here I was, holding the woman I wanted to be with, so nothing else mattered. I vowed to cherish her and love her for the remainder of my days and beyond. And that was my happily ever after. And Naomi's love. Oh, yay! We finally finished Naomi's route with lots of interruptions, but we finished. And we will be moving on to Diana's, which I'm a little in on, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!